We're having this neighborhood watch, the first one. Right.
Larry, put some pants on!
I'll come back.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Start a neighborhood watch. It's just one of the many ways you can help make America stronger. To find out how, call or log on for this free guide.
Will the audience please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Ready? Salute.
The great poet T.S. Eliot once wrote, "Time present and time past are both perhaps present in time future, but time future contained in time past." Today we stand before you, reminiscing about the past, creating the present, and looking towards the future. But no matter what our life brings, past, present, and future will somehow influence our actions and decisions, and encompass one way or another will be the experiences we had and learned from here at Saddlebrook Middle School. Over the past 2 years, each individual of the class of 2002 has learned more about themselves and the people around them. We have begun to discover who we are and the people we want to be. We have set goals for ourselves and have already started to achieve them. We have become more in tune with our values and have formed beliefs of our own. But quite possibly the biggest growth each of us has had is the realization that alone we can achieve great things, but as a group the possibilities are infinite. Today we stand before you as individuals, but also as a tight-knit group of people moving on to another phase of our lives. We are the class of 2002. We are the generation that was changed by history. We are also the generation that can alter the future. We have been blessed with ample opportunity and the ability to succeed. But tonight you are here to see the creation of the present as we reminisce and look forward. So we welcome you, parents, faculty, Board of Education members, Dr. Groveman, Mr. Kuzmano, and Mr. Orsini, to the graduation of the class of 2002. Thank you.
Life is a long and winding road. Without our parents, I'm certain that none of us could have come as far as we have today. Our parents mean much more to us than I think they realize. They are so much more than people who buy us clothes, feed us, or give us money for the movies. They are our building blocks, supporting beams, and the basic foundation from which all else is built upon. You always seem to be there for us, regardless of the situation. You were there from the moment we first opened our eyes, took our first steps, and learned to ride a bike. You helped comfort us when we fell down and cut our knee or received a poor grade on a test. You were always there to give us a pat on the back and reassure us that everything will be just fine. But most of all, it was your warm smile and tender hugs and kisses that melted away whatever problems we may have had. Your support, wisdom, and knowledge will guide us forever. In this spirit, we, the graduating class of 2002, would like to dedicate the following song, The Wind Beneath My Wings, to you, our parents. Thank you.
It seems like only yesterday we stood at the entrance of our kindergarten classroom with tears in our eyes, our heads turning back and forth with hesitation, looking at the comforting faces of our parents, and then turning with excitement towards our kindergarten teacher. As we begin another chapter of our lives, we probably have some of the same thoughts running through our minds. Tonight, as we sit upon this stage, we think back to how we felt as we started middle school. We were excited, worried, anxious, nervous, and even sad at times. That first day, we couldn't imagine finding our way through all those hallways and stairwells. They all looked alike. Even though we've become very familiar with the building, we have no idea what to expect in high school. We look forward to the numerous opportunities and challenges that lie ahead of us. We are both excited and anxious about discovering the path of our future. We've grown in so many different ways, physically, emotionally, and intellectually. Not only have we learned a lot from the required school subjects, but we've also learned a lot about friendship and to appreciate the qualities that make each person who they are. With each milestone that we've reached, it's hard to imagine that something in the future will be even more exciting and rewarding. Starting kindergarten and having to let go of our parents' hand. Graduating kindergarten with our construction paper caps in our heads and singing on stage. Show and tell through our early years in grammar school, which taught us to be proud of things that were important to us, as well as give us confidence in front of a group. Learning how to write in script, just like the grown-ups. Changing classrooms in 5th grade. We thought we were really cool. Our 6th grade overnight, which gave us the opportunity to spend time with kids that we may have known from sports or dance, but never sat next to in school. Middle school was an exciting time for us. Who could forget trying to get the combination of our lockers to work? We made new friends and had the opportunity to participate in activities and clubs. Just as we learned to take those first unsteady steps as a baby, we continue our journey of education with some uncertainty, not knowing what to expect in high school. With our enthusiasm and dedication, we learn that nothing is out of our reach. With the support and encouragement of our teachers and parents, we realize that our dreams will become a reality. We've learned to believe in ourselves and to set goals. We continue to build on our foundation using the tools that we've been given along the way to help us achieve these goals. Thank you. Now accompanying our class on guitars and drums will be James Recca, Ryan Coelho, and Kristen Casadesis.
If you would kindly take out your 50-50 tickets, I will be calling the winning number. Of course, I'm only kidding, but it was to try and get your attention. Those of you who know me know that I love a good story, and I especially love a story that has a moral connection or an anecdotal relationship to real life. So let me share such a story with you this evening. There was a young man walking down a deserted beach just before dawn, and in the distance he saw a frail old man. And as he approached the old man, he saw him picking up stranded starfish and throwing them back into the sea. The young man gazed in wonder as the old man again and again threw small starfish back into the water. He called out and asked, "Why do you spend so much energy doing what seems to be a waste of time?" The old man explained that the stranded starfish would certainly die if left unattended on the beach. But the young man said, "But there are thousands of beaches and perhaps millions of starfish. How can that effort make any difference?" The old man looked down and picked up a small starfish in his hand, and as he threw it safely into the water, he said to the young man, "It made a difference for that one." In retelling that story, I see an analogy between our graduates this evening and our starfish. I can't help but reflect on the idea that on this stage are over 100 starfish, and in the audience tonight are the many people who provided support, love, assistance, and second chances, sometimes third chances, sometimes fourth chances, to help bring these young starfish to this momentous occasion. In fact, I would bet that everyone on this stage is indebted to someone, if not many of you, in the audience this evening for making a difference in their lives. In essence, dear graduates, these are the people who picked you up and tossed you back into the sea. They are your parents, grandparents, relatives, teachers, and friends, and I ask you to give them a round of applause. Everyone in the audience tonight has made a difference in the lives of someone on our stage this evening, and as such share in the joy of seeing that effort culminate in their graduation from middle school. So now let me turn my attention to our starfish, or more rightly so, our stars this evening, and offer you some advice. Your educational journey has many more years of travel. And as you travel, you must begin to take more and more responsibility for who you are and what you are to become. Your destiny is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. In the words of Oprah Winfrey, do not let other people define your life for you. You are the author of your own life. With that in mind, I ask each of you to take heed to the following message. Watch your thoughts, for they become actions. Watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become character. And watch your character, for it will become your destiny. Class of 2002, I congratulate you, and thank you very much.
In preparation for my new elementary school assignment, I recently read The Little Engine That Could, a children's story with which you may be very well acquainted. An engine pulling a train of cars full of children's toys broke down before it could deliver its cargo of toys to the expectant children on the other side of a mountain. One train after another passed and refused to help transport the toy-laden train cars to the other side of the mountain. One engine pulling a passenger train was too proud to pull freight cars. Another, a freight train engine delivering machines and grown-up books, considered it undignified to transport toys. And yet a third, a rusty old engine, believed itself too weary to even attempt to cross the mountain. In fact, the rusty old engine repeated, "I cannot, I cannot, I cannot." And because the rusty old engine did not even attempt to climb the mountain, it could not. Just as the toy-laden freight cars were about to lose hope, along came a little blue engine that had only been used for switching trains in a train yard. The little blue engine had never been over the mountain and was therefore unsure if it could climb up that mountain. Well, after some convincing by the toy-laden freight cars, the little blue engine agreed to try. As the little blue engine began its long, arduous ascent to the top of the mountain, it kept repeating, "I think I can, I think I can, I think I can," until finally, the little blue engine did reach the top of that mountain, and it started its descent. And all the way down into the valley it mused, "I thought I could, I thought I could, I thought I could." My dear graduates, each of you is that little blue engine. Accept the many challenges that you will face and expect difficulties, but always maintain a sunny disposition and always believe in yourself. Dare to think you can achieve all things and strive in earnest to do so. And when you do get to the top of that mountain called life, you too shall reminisce. "I thought I could, I thought I could, I thought I could," but only if you first believe you can. It gives me great pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2002. Will the graduates please be seated?
I don't know if everyone here realizes how exceptional this 8th grade class really is. They possess an abundance of individual talents. I'd like everyone right now in the audience to do me a favor this time and take out your programs. Look on that inside cover. And I know everyone here has at least one very special person here, but pick out 4 or 5 names that you don't recognize. Study them for a minute and memorize those names. The reason you're going to memorize those names is that you may recognize one of the names that you're memorizing as you read about a state championship softball team in a few years. You may be selecting a doctor from an HMO a couple years down the line and look at a list of approved providers and see the names of one of the students that you just memorized. Or you may be sending your grandchildren on to elementary school in many, many years. And the name of the teacher might suddenly come to mind as one of the students that's up here on the stage that you remember today. They are an amazing bunch of kids. More importantly, they are a coherent group, an entity unto themselves, and I'm not even sure that they realize how special and unique that is. A few moments ago, you heard a song by Green Day that the students chose on their own to sing. You'll notice that out of the songs that they recited, it's the only one that they didn't make any mistakes on. They did a great job on the other ones, but they were perfect when they sang that song by Green Day. They didn't just choose it because Jimmy knows how to do the guitar riff for Green Day. The words have real meaning for these students, and they sang it together as a whole group the last time that they're all definitely going to be together here. For the parents who didn't actually hear the words to the song, I'm going to mention a couple of the lines. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist and directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, and in the end, it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. And these kids, during these last couple of years, it was a time of decisions. It was a time where they were tested in their middle school years as young men and women. And as they get older, they're going to look back on these lessons that they learned from the parents and the teachers and from each other, and they're going to realize that they made the right decisions along the way. And they're going to realize that they had the time of their life. So don't let them forget their middle school years 5, 10, 15 years down the road. Thank you, class of 2002, if you guys can hear me back there, for a memorable year. At this time, I'm going to present Stephen Scheer, and he's going to do the roll call for the graduating class. Could you can give them a hand. As the students get called, we're going to present the rows, and you're going to do this 4 years down the line in high school too. Could you please just hold the applause till the entire row has been called, and then they'll be seated, and we'll start the next row of students. Stephen? Listen here.
Jessica Kitcha, Jessica Parisi, Jennifer Witsnetsky, Christina Saleri, Kristen Zavada, Lauren Fiorentino, Alice Lee, Caitlin Duran, Elizabeth Byrne, Dina DeBellis, Alicia Palmieri, Anashay Shaffa, Deborah Byrne, Justine Castiglia, Douglas Belita, Christopher Maro, Nicholas Gagliano, Justin Magurno, Richard Mendoza, Ryan Coelho, William McNally, Eric Philippek, Scott Amato, Robert Mangano, Antonio Gill, Christian Casadesis, Joseph DeBella, Harshal Shah, Catherine Redondo, Melissa DeJulia, Lindsay Kristoff, Erica Mendoza, Aaron Gonzalez, Ashley Bradley, Jennifer Marcinetti, Shelly Emikill, Dana Mazzella, Sherry Emikill, Christina Chan, Stephanie Wright, Jessica Visconti, Sarah Murray, April Machio, Anita Wenzel, Mallory Rosenberg, Samantha Kotarani, Tara Sarafi, Amanda Bolles, Sarah Stewart, Shannon Fitzgerald, Brittany Ring, Kataka Chenafaloska, Alicia Kerman, Caitlin Ryan, Richard Kern, Bryce Kopp, Jesse Sanchez, Robert Kupitz, James Recca, John Walsh, Adrian Aldana, Richard Solomon, Jason Fursa, Daniel Marsico, Clint Williams, Brian Flores, Austin Kerwin, Kenny Sullivan will get his diploma from his mother, former board member, Mrs. Sullivan. Frank Tarila, Sam Nassab, Sharon Banks, Christina Trolarka, Nicole Gugel, Tanya Forgas, Shayna Rosen, Tara Johnson, Sana Tahir, Jennifer Canestrino, Stephanie Yasko, Victoria Diaz, Amy Arroyo, Anna Capinos, Dana McCarthy, Allison Beria, Amanda Brooks, Agatha Arriaga, Evelina Grismala, Karen Nagley, Catherine DeVito, Megan Bachman, Catherine Wiseman, Noel Hazumi, Stephanie Shawn, Matal Patel, Nicole Gallagher, Young John Lee, Michael Hetherington, Daniel Pacera, Philip Viega, Michael Clear, Stephen Maneri, Victor Beldevine, Charles Lamonius, Joseph Natty, Paul Polifrone, Timothy Tucci, Andrew Scala, David Beckus, Grace Venencia, Courtney Wise, Nicole Samaluka, Lisa Hickey, Amelia Lipinski, Kristen Yolande, Rebecca Brunner, Lisa Preverdale, Patrice Studer, Nicole Laub, Molly Coase, Lara Terminella, Kristen Nowak, Danielle Cancro,
And very good job, Stephen. And finally, he is a row unto himself, Stephen Scherer. I'd now like to invite down Amanda Bullis, who's going to give our farewell address. Amanda?
I know that the thought of their child graduating jerks tears of pride from each parent's relatively dry eyes, and that every mother out in the audience is either wearing waterproof mascara or is prepared to fix her face in the bathroom after the ceremony. I, along with the rest of my classmates, also realize that each father is ready for the quick wipe of the eyes on his sleeve, because everyone knows that men don't cry. They are also armed with a foolproof excuse for that wet spot on that very sleeve. We graduates, on the other hand, willingly let the tears flow as we try to cope with having to say goodbye to old memories and friends as we move on. But we must cheer up and remember that with one door closing, another is bound to open, and high school is beckoning us to give our teachers another grueling and exciting 4 years of our lives. Not all of us will be attending the same high school, of course, but true friends will be sure to keep in touch, and new relationships will blossom as others will die. I'm sure that most of my classmates will join me in saying that we wish those who do plan on going to another high school the best of luck. As the ending of yet another school year draws near, I find that it's gone so fast that its closing comes almost unannounced, and that the blissful joy of another carefree summer vacation is slipping away. This summer is not just the summer of a new school year, but the summer of ascending a new rung in the educational ladder. Yet again, we are thrust to the bottom of the ranks, but this time as freshmen. In the word fresh, we know it means new and easily molded, but what our new title doesn't share with the outside world is that we are not as easy to manipulate as you might think. Thanks to the help of our teachers, classmates, friends, and family, we are young men and women capable of making our own choices and ready to step into the next phase of our lives. Thank you.